Yo, I'm back. Andrew here. Today's video, I'm going to go through a home method that I created while going through TSW and severe eczema. So the home method is two-prong approach. One is to heal faster, and the other one is overcome triggers. Based on that, the fast way you can reduce inflammation is basically overcome your triggers or avoid them. Before I begin, a disclaimer, I'm not a medical profession. The stuff I'm going to mention and share with you is stuff based on my personal experience. I did 8 years of this stuff, and this is what I came up with. It's actually quite interesting, the research I've done. A lot of this actually is plucked from longevity research and stuff that actually works. I try to make sure I look at stuff that is scientifically proven, and also there are certain things I had to trial and error on myself because there's no scientific evidence on them. But I will actually explain them when I get there, okay? Before I get down to the nitty-gritty stuff, this was me 8 years ago. Yeah, it's a bit crazy, right? I couldn't imagine that all that stuff on my hands, on my face would one day actually kind of disappear. So even if you have all these crevices and itchy and bleed everywhere, and you think that you're gonna scar from them, you will, but it will recover. Not 100%, you might have a bit of scars, but only a slight bit. People won't even know you have all that bad skin. Okay, let's jump into it. In time, TSW will heal on its own, off steroids of course. But the strategy is about making that journey smoother so you have an easier time getting through it without wanting to give up. Because when it gets really hard, you'd want to give up. You'd literally just want to just grab that, put it on your skin for 3 days, and then voila, it's great. But that doesn't solve the underlying problem. The problem with TSW is you also got to learn to change your lifestyle to better maintain your health and skin. They're the same thing. But that's why over time, you will learn to do that. And I'm here to help if you want some tips based on my experience on how to get through this journey smoother. So before that, I want to show you guys Amanda. She's my cousin, and here she is. This was the start of her journey when she told me that she couldn't take it anymore, and I told her about what steroid was doing to her skin, and she decided to go off it cold turkey, which is a different path to me because I tape it off. And this is her skin now. She's also had a baby at near the end of her TSW journey, so he hits her baby. Baby came out fine. I'm still monitoring, or we are still looking and monitoring the baby's skin. Okay, the home method consists of 2 parts before. One is heal faster, H, and overcome triggers. Heal faster is to get your body everything it needs to recover as optimal as you can, as most efficiently as you can. And the next part is to overcome triggers, to get rid of crap that is affecting you from recovery. Like, for example, dust, foods that don't work well for your body at this particular time. It inflames you. There's also emotional stuff too. But I'll get into each of them. There's 7 heal faster essential notes that I have, and there's 3 overcome triggers that I'll go in and explain. So let me start with heal faster, and I'm gonna do them in order. The 7 of them, I'll start from the 7 and I'll go up to 1, the most important one. Number 7, fasting. Don't use it at the start of your TSW, please. Don't do that. I've tried it and I was inflaming. But fasting, everyone's actually fasting already when they're sleeping. That's why with the first meal of the day is called break fast. So breakfast. So the reason why I put this in as number 7 is because when you fast for longer periods of time, you will trigger or activate autophagy in the body. This is a pathway that helps recycle damaged cells inside the body. And if we have inflammation all the time, we're going to have a lot of that. It helps just clear out the stuff in the body. Detox. 6 is stress management. Oh, I tell you, during TSW, you're going to get a lot of itch and you'll be in hell. And you have to deal with this oncoming itch every time, distraction there and here, and itch on your leg. You have to deal with that, and you're going to be calm while you deal with it. Because if you don't calm yourself down, you will get burnt out. You you don't know what to do. But one of the things I learned to do was go find something to distract yourself. You have to distract yourself. Music, anime, movies, work, whatever it is. One of these coping mechanisms is actually taking a cold shower. Like, if you can take a cold shower and remain calm while in there, it's already a good sign that you can probably take on this. It's stress management. That's number 6. All right, number 5 on my list is sunlight. Why? Well, sunlight is actually very important, just like water. You need it at the correct amount or correct dosage. Even if you go too much, it will be toxic for your body. So why sunlight? Well, everyone knows you get vitamin D from the sun when it hits your skin. The thing is, vitamin D is actually produced when UVB hits your skin. So ultraviolet B. When people talk about sun damage, is ultraviolet A, UVA. That's what causes aging on the skin. And a lot of it is actually coming from the sun. Like what? There's a high percentage of it. Don't quote me, but it's around 80% maybe. And UVB is only a small percentage of it. But to get UVB, the max amount that hits the surface of the earth is actually when the sun is at its highest, so noon. I don't know how to adjust it, but get a bit of that. A lot of people work indoors and would say that they cannot get sun because unless lunchtime, but lunchtime you still eat inside the building. Well, you can go for supplements. I know supplements helped one of my friends. They said it worked wonders and they had a lot more energy. But for me, when I take vitamin D supplements, I get inflamed, so I don't do that method. I get it through a UVB machine. I've gone to a dermatologist, and what they tell you is go do phototherapy. It is quite intensive. You go like 3 times a week, and it's like 15 minutes a session max. But it's a lot of commitment to do that, so I got one myself. You're gonna make sure that if you're using UVB or getting like 10 minutes of sun, to reduce damage to the skin, you have to do slip, slop, slap. That's what Australia says. So it's like sunscreen, hat. I forgot the rest, but I can give a link down below on what to do for sun protection, because it is vital. And when I get more than 10 minutes of sun, I will put on those slip, slop, slap stuff and make sure I have my sun protection. If you overdose on the sun, I'm going to get sunburn very easily. Next, let's get to number 4. It is sleep. So why sleep? Sleep is a time for your body to recover, repair itself. Quite easily, if you do an all-nighter, you're going to feel crap the next day. So if you get a good amount of sleep, I would say around 8 hours. But when I had really bad skin, I needed a lot more sleep. I slept 10 hours and that still wasn't enough. But sleep more if you are in the deep in TSW stage. When you get better and better, you probably need less sleep. And that is your body telling you you need less sleep. And the way to find out is don't set an alarm. Just sleep at one time and then wake, and your body will naturally wake itself up. 3, exercise. Exercise is important, but like I said, dosage dependent. at the start of your TSW, you probably won't need, you don't have the resources to allocate to build muscle. Because you need to build your skin up every day. Don't over exercise. Don't go for the heavy, crazy weightlifting. You just need to do walks, some stretches, until you get to a stage where your body is better and you can do more exercise. How I actually feel the level of exercise that you need, you base it on your skin. While you do a sport or an exercise, when you do it, you'll feel good. But when you overdo it, you'll just feel inflammation running up the face or even the skin. You'll feel inflamed, and that's when you know you should stop, because your body is dedicated more of a resource to repair the muscles, and because it did that, it has less resources to repair the skin. And when you're on TSW, your body is consistently trying to repair its skin because it's inflaming all the time in a cycle pattern, and it keeps rupturing and then coming back and repair, and it ruptures again and it repairs, and just the cycle keeps going. But that cycle will eventually reduce as you heal. Hydration. Well, that's kind of a given one. Water is good. You need any chemical reactions inside the body needs water to have that role in. Without water, the chemical reactions are a lot slower inside the body. So stay hydrated. All right. So the number one thing is nutrition. We're not talking about any nutrition. There's macronutrition and there's micronutrition. My one is macronutrition, and it's proteins. You can get it from meat sources, you can get it from vegetarian sources. I did a comparison between them both so you can see how much you need to hit your daily requirements. But here's an example. Oh, before I give you an example, the reason why you need it is because your body does not produce it at all. You need to eat proteins daily to replenish itself, to get your amino acids. This stuff is like essential to life. You need it every day. If you don't eat enough of it, your body won't function at its optimum state. And if you're having TSW or skin things, you want to optimize and you want to give your body everything it needs to help recover. So make sure you get your proteins in. So, okay, here I did a comparison. A sedentary person, an active person, muscle builder, they all need different protein requirements. But I would say opt for the higher, one up higher from where you are. So because sedentary person needs like 56 grams as a 70 kilogram person. How you should do this is like, if you weigh 70 grams, you have to times your kilograms by 0.8. That's the sedentary person. If I weighed 70 kilograms, it means the higher range is 140 grams of protein I need per day. Now, some people might get it confused. This is like 140 grams of protein. Wait, okay, cool, awesome. Well, does that mean if I eat 140 grams of meat is it equivalent? No, it does not. A piece of chicken has like probably like 33 grams of protein, right? Chicken breast. Don't ask me the datas. I have it in like an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe I'll share it in another video. But go check out on how much protein you need per day and make sure you're hitting those targets. Because if you're not doing yourself justice. Amino acids are actually important. There's a list of stuff that they do inside the body. What? Muscle repair and growth, enzymes, hormone production, immunity, skin, hair, and nail health, energy sources. So it's like a no-brainer for anyone going through TSW to have more protein. I'm not just talking about any protein, okay? Don't go for your heavily processed meats or proteins. Go for like the whole proteins, meaning like a fresh steak that has not been marinated. Cook it yourself, sear it both sides, salt and pepper. That's all you need. If your skin isn't that bad and you can tolerate pepper and maybe marinate, go for it. No worries. But I remember if you want to reduce the inflammation to its lowest, you have to just go for pure whole foods, no preservatives, no additives, no nothing, not even pepper, okay? But you adjust it to the level on where you're at and what you can handle. Overcoming triggers. This is the more important part of this whole method. There is 3 parts to this: physical triggers, environmental triggers, and emotional triggers. So why I say overcoming triggers is actually the most important is because it has the most immediate effect on the body. It's not just about how to what to change, but it's about foods to avoid and things to avoid. And you'll see a quick instant result if you avoid these foods, that your skin won't flare up as much. So there are a fair few things that I'll list out. I have a list in front of me. Give me a second, I'll show you. Stay away from high inflammatory foods. It's critical. These foods, from what I have found, are always triggering it consistently. So stay away from them until you can eat them or incorporate it back into your body. Into diet, I mean. First off, no alcohol. Alcohol is the worst thing. It triggers me every time. Even when I was a lot better, I would still get triggered by alcohol. Processed foods, sugar, including fruit sugar, spices, citrus fruits, fermented foods like kimchi, yogurt, and vinegar. Don't go for balsamic vinegar. That stuff screws you up. Seafood, that's all seafood, okay? Dairy, that includes eggs. But right now I'm actually eating eggs and it's completely fine. So just don't do it at the start of your TSW journey. Gluten's all right. Just don't do it at the start of your TSW journey. You can just cut that out. But right now, I've already incorporated back that stuff. I don't stay away from it, but I don't actively seek it out every day. I know it sounds like a lot of food, but in the long run, cut that stuff out so it doesn't inflame the body, and make sure you get in your proteins so you are recovering. You're hitting it from 2 sides. Recover. Get rid of all these allergens away from it. So then later on, once you've healed up or build up that healthy body, you can take on more of the crap that you want. You can just enjoy it. Next on the list, environmental triggers. This is also a big play. If you can try, I know all the doctors would tell you, get rid of dust, pets, dander, and mold. It does make sense, okay? If you can avoid no pets, it would be good for your healing journey. But if you cannot avoid it because you have a pet or a family pet, keep it around, that's fine. Just know that every time you play with them, it may trigger you. If it doesn't trigger your skin, don't worry about it. It's all good. But just make sure that you're aware, and when you're playing, if you get exposed to dust, pets, and mold, you will feel more itchy. If you don't feel it, then don't worry about it. Your body is probably already okay to handle those things. But when I started off with TSW, I couldn't. When I'm in the same room with those, with my pet and dust, I get very itchy. I have to take a shower straight after. And I learned not to touch the pets. But right now I can still touch them. I won't get too much of an effect. But I do it in moderations. So keeping the space clean, using air purifier, will reduce your exposure to allergens. That's pretty much it for that. The second one. Let's go to the last one. The last one is emotional triggers. Okay. This one, while you actually have all that itchy skin around your body, you got to make sure that you don't get overstressed, because you're already in hell. So any little stress from outsider could topple you over very quickly, and you will spiral. Because when you go out of control, you're going to start scratching. When you start scratching, you won't be able to stop. And then the more angry you are, the more frustrated you are at something, the more harder you will scratch without thinking. And therefore, it will wreck your skin pretty quickly. There are times when I've done it and of course I don't feel good about it, but it's wrecked, you know, and it will not good. So control your stress, do some yoga, listen to music. I know that while I was going through it, a lot of the times I was trying to distract myself, either games, music, a bit of working out, movies. But also remember, if you do have those special occasions with family and you want to go and celebrate with them, don't stress about the food too much. You know that they will trigger your skin. In another 2 or 3 days, the inflammation will calm down and settle. Then you can just restart again. You don't have to be so strict on your body to follow everything, but just know that everything you do will have a consequence, and sometimes it's worth going bad for. If you have a family event or some kind of special outing, you could just let yourself go and go enjoy yourself. You know, I of course, I had cheat days. Everyone has cheat days. So make sure you have your cheat days. Just don't go overboard with them. All right, that's the home method. Go try it out. It will work, guarantee you. Most important thing is to eliminate the triggers. First thing. If you are struggling still with it, you can book a call with me. Just click on the first link in the description. Else, I'll catch you in the next videos. Bye.